And just before I step out the door to head to work, I just felt compelled to uh, address this 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 issue. All right. So you've noticed there has been an influx of pushback against ICE agents, right? Now I understand ICE agents have a specific duty to execute, and I know a lot of people, they don't like ICE, for whatever personal reasons. But look, here's the point that you can never, ever, 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 ever debate is as Americans, right? As Americans, we cannot go to other countries and do or say whatever the heck we want to do or say, because there's consequences behind it, right? Yeah, there are consequences to all of our actions. There are good consequences, and then there's bad consequences. Choice is yours. But here's the point, right? ICE agents were, ICE agents have, the organization ICE has been in existence for over 20 some plus years, right? Okay. Antifa has, this Antifa, in which I'm starting to view Antifa as a terrorist organization now, solely based off of looking at their actions and behaviors. Yeah, I get it. A lot of people are, against the right wing and they're leftists or whatever. Look, I'm not a part of either side. I'm not. I'm really not a part of either side. I'm in a neutral position, and that's where I like to stand. But when it pertains to ICE agents doing their job, and that is to enforce rules and guidelines that has been established as far as removing those who have outstayed their visas, those individuals who have entered the United States of America unlawfully and illegally, regardless of what's transpiring in your own individual home countries, is not our problem. But here's the thing, right, about Antifa that really kind of made me look sideways at them, is the fact that when police brutality was occurring and it was directly affecting melanated people, you didn't see Antifa pop up any fucking where, did you? No. You didn't. And I mean, it's like they'll pop up in, places here and there on a political level and speak and this, that, and the fifth. But when it got to the point where Antifa started attacking people, that's when I was like, yeah, I was like, y'all out of pocket. I'm sorry. Y'all out of pocket. I was like, peaceful protest. Because even during the time with that bogus Black Lives Matter BS, what I understood was when melanated people are out protesting, there's always somebody in the crowd that's going to be disruptive, that's going to do something, damage property, that's going to draw so much attention to the rest of everyone else that now everyone else, now what went from a peaceful protest has turned violent. So now you got officers out here that are in riot gear, police officers at that matter, that are dressed up in riot gear attacking American citizens for them exercising their constitutional right to freedom of speech, freedom of protest, as long as it's peaceful and it's not violent. How you doing? So, I got to a point where I started looking at Antifa, and I just started, I didn't speak. This is my first time actually speaking about Antifa. So I kind of sat back and I just looked at them and I just, observed how they move and a lot of things that they were saying. And I was like, man, I was told by a friend, a fellow friend, poet, and whatnot, that they take part in Antifa. And I was like, so you're taking part in violent protesting? Like, what happened to the peaceful protesting? You know. Hi, Karen. How you doing? But I have very, very mixed emotions about uh, Antifa, and I get it. People don't like ICE because of what ICE has been ordered to do. But ICE, those who working within the organization have a specific duty. They have a specific duty, and that is to protect the homeland of the United States of America. Whether people agree with it or not, you cannot enter another country and do or say whatever the heck you want to do. I know that. Many of you know this to be true. So if you can't go, like, I'll give you an example. I can't go to Dubai and kiss my wife in the mouth because I'm showing public affection. Now, from what I've learned, in Dubai, they don't allow that. In Dubai, they don't allow the women to get out in public and shake their behind and twerk like they would do here in America. There are consequences behind that. There are guidelines, there are rules. So if you break those guidelines, you break those rules, then you suffer the consequences. A former WNBA player, I can't think of her name offhand, but she thought it was smart to go over to another country and have just a little vape pen of CBD. And what happened to her? She got her butt locked up. She sat. Biden couldn't get her back. Nobody could get her back. They were like, no, these are our rules. You come here, you got to respect them. If you choose not to respect them, we make an example out of you. And that's exactly what they did. So in turn, what is the United States of America supposed to do when you have those who have outstayed their visas, those who have entered this country illegally? What do you think they're supposed to do to them? They can't sit up here and say, oh, y'all stay. No. It doesn't it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Woo, boy, I see a lot of butthurt people in the comments section. They ain't gonna stop me. Thank you for being a distraction. I know how to handle y'all. Mr. Potato Head. I'll be Mr. Potato Head. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. I love you. And if you're here illegally and ICE catch you, then they should take you out too. Because as I stated before, and I still stand on that, I don't care what y'all say about me. So like, shoot, hey, Uncle Phil ain't bothered by that. A lot of you are bothered by what I'm saying, and what I'm saying is factual. You can't go to anyone else's house and walk into their house and put your feet up on their table and think that you're going to do what you want to do in someone else's house. No one can come in your house and do that, can they? No, of course not. And you know that. Many of you know that. You know that. You don't want anyone doing that to your house. So what makes you think that foreigners coming into this country should just break all the rules just because of what's going on in their home country that they can't deal with, that they can't handle, that they want to leave that behind and then just come into this country and nobody knows, oh, what's your intention of being here? Some people have came to the country and worked for X amount of years and moved under the radar and made a life for themselves. Okay, cool. But no different than someone who has a warrant for them on a traffic offense, and that warrant stays. And they move under the radar for the next 15, 20 years, never getting caught. But that one time, they're in the wrong place at the wrong time and they caught. Where does that warrant go? That warrant doesn't go anywhere. That warrant stays in place until they get your ass. No different than what ICE agents are actually doing here in America. And so many people are butthurt. Look, this is the thing. I don't care if you don't like Trump. I mean, shit, I'm not a fan of him either. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And that has nothing to do, it has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It has nothing to do. It doesn't. Let us not forget, under the Obama administration, he was doing the same thing. He was deporting folks. Where was Antifa when folks were getting deported under the Obama administration? I ain't hear about him. I didn't hear about him at all. So let's see what the people had to say in the comment section. Good morning. I think you is right. Peace and love, Karen. I just sub. Produced by Drake. You right, brother. Look, I don't consider myself as all-knowing, but some things is just common sense. You feel me? Some people, they operate with common sense. Some people don't. Zama, hi. How you doing? Hi, sir. I am new. I just subscribed to your channel and I support you. I appreciate that. Peace and love. I'll be sure to check out your channel. Hopefully, you have something informative that I can check out. God bless America. Yeah. It was like the American people need a whole lot more. They need a blessing, all right, a big one. Kevin Gonzalez, hi, Granny. Tell your mama called me. Johnny Herrera's, oh look, it's Cocoa Puff head ass. Oh boy, there you go, y'all. Valentine Grubbs, the barber looking for you. I was like, nah, I am my barber. Nice try. Johnny says potato heads are crazy in the morning. Yeah, they are. Hot potatoes too, because you can't hold them. They'll burn you. So I'll be that, buddy. All right. Buy cocaine online said hi. Peace. Big belly. Block like a girl. Mr. Potato Head. Oh, you do care because you're block. I was just like, but you're here. I was like, you care. Potatoes think Trump likes his people. I was like, see, Johnny, that's the thing. I never voted for Trump. Like, so you're the ass looking kind of crazy right now. I never voted for Trump. I never. And the reason why, because you should be able to self-govern yourself. If you need a government to govern you, you're a child. You need someone to govern you, right? I'm pretty sure, Johnny, you're in America, right? I'm pretty sure you're in America. Okay. I'll be sure to check your potato head ass out too. Brother Oreo. Oh, Brother Oreo. Look, truth has no color, my friend. Truth has no color. It doesn't. And what I notice is a lot of things that I say, a lot of black folks don't agree. A lot of things that I say, a lot of Caucasians don't agree. A lot of things that I say, I've had Asians and even Mexicans not agree. So I'm just speaking from honest, truthful space. I don't need no one's validation to make my point truthful. I'm just speaking from my own personal observation. That's all. Wade saying Tech Nine. Yeah, but I love him though. I got a lot of respect for Tech Nine. Johnny Herrera's. The only thing illegal here is your haircut. I was like, baby, yeah, it sure is. My haircut is illegal. You are right. You are right. The only difference is nobody's coming to get me. I'm not getting arrested for my illegal haircut. I was like, what I do is what I do. What's your excuse? Okay. You'll say this man's stressing over something that has nothing to do with him. I was like, but you're on my post talking about something that doesn't have anything to do with you. Like, Johnny, are you here lawfully or are you here illegally? I love that people will come up and make their points. And a lot of times they don't have a point to stand on. Hey, Johnny, come on up. And say One Life says, who does agree? Clarify that. I was like, can you teach me the Kamala Harris wave? It's stupid. Boy, y'all folks are entertaining first thing in the morning, boy. But as I stated before, as it pertains to Antifa, I personally feel that Antifa is a terror, it's a terror organization. I mean, that's just my own personal beliefs. A lot of these organizations, they're attacking ICE agents. As I stated before, I did a Facebook Live about what transpired in Chicago.
Response or non-response to that incident. Christina Coleman is live with new reporting for us this hour. Christina.
Hi, John. Multiple federal and Chicago law enforcement sources tell Fox News that Chicago police officers were instructed on their dispatch system with this message by their chief of patrol to not respond to the ramming incident involving federal agents outside Chicago yesterday morning. We reached out to Chicago PD for a response to this. We are waiting to hear back.
Now, check this out, right? This is weird because I can't get this to focus, but so a new Chicago police officers were directed by their chief of patrol not to assist CBP officers who were being confronted by a large group of anti-ICE protesters after their vehicle was rammed and boxed in, according to this Fox News. I hate Fox News. I really do. But then when you start looking at the video, you just like, what y'all out here doing? Let them folks do their job. It said a female driver who allegedly rammed the ICE vehicle was armed with a semi-automatic rifle, prompting federal agents to engage her. Now, I'm gonna say this. If you're in Chicago, don't be surprised if by some chance they decide to cut the funding. Because I'm not even gonna front. If I'm the president, right, and I'm enforcing the laws, the rules, the regulations, the guidelines, and I'm enforcing those things, and people want to interfere with that, those who interfere with that need to be held liable. They need to be held liable. And this includes Antifa. Antifa is not a peaceful protesting group. They invoke violence, and I see it. Now, again, I'm not on either side. I'm not on the left wing or the right wing. I'm not, because whether it's the left wing or the right wing, it's still connected to the same bird. It's still connected to, to the same bird at the end of the day. The same bird that's taking a dump on most American people in this country. And most of the American people are just so weak-minded, docile, and easy to manipulate that they will continue doing that. That's your government. That's not Trump. That's not Biden. That's not Obama. That's not Clinton. When it pertains to the government, and I'm saying this, and I'm gonna jump off of that topic. When it comes to your government, the United States government is flawed in so many ways. It is. How the government would allow foreigners to come into the country, they set them up, they use your taxpayer dollars to put in those individuals' pockets, and then when you need money, how is it you can't get that money? How is it that you can't reap the benefits from your own estate? How is it that they will take your tax dollars, allocate those tax dollars, and send them over to Ukraine, send them over to Israel, and all these other different countries and entities? They will take your tax dollars and just laundry your tax dollars to someone else for someone else's benefit, but not yours. And y'all not mad about that shit? Y'all not mad. But then folks will, jump in the comment section about, oh, why do you care? Why do you care? Really? Okay. Let me go back to the comments, because, boy, I saw a lot of comments pop up. Bellyville. Yeah. Let me do this for you, Vale. Put you in timeout. We don't need that type of energy right here. Yeah, let's go ahead. Potato Head thinks like Trump likes his people. I never said that. But anyway. It was like, that's none of your business. It was like Johnny says, that's none of your business. Are you immigration? I was just like, whatever I am, first things first, I'm an indigenous American. I'm indigenous to this land. I got roots that lay probably deeper than you actually know. That's all I'm going to say about that. So you saying none of this is my business. If my tax dollars are being allocated in areas that I don't want it to be allocated in for someone else's benefit, it is my business. You a special type of stupid to even think that, oh, it's none of your business. It's none of your business. When Americans' tax-paying dollars are being allocated in places that we can't even benefit from, oh yeah, it becomes a lot of our business. It is our business. Who are you to say it's none of our business? Johnny, baby. Johnny. Who are you to say that it is none of our business? Who are you to say that? That's what I want to know, Johnny. You have so much to say, my friend. What business is it of yours? Rishi the gamer, don't give your energy to that. That's what I'm here for. Save your energy. Put that positive energy. Hey, hit that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe. Better yet, pour into someone who will appreciate some positive energy from you, Rishi the gamer. Don't even get into it with Johnny. Johnny is he hurt right now. Now, this is the second time I've seen that Kamahe way. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna look that up now. Y'all got me going nuts over here. It said, Herrera, this man needs a job. I was like, what you mean I need a job? I work for myself. I am my own individual contractor. And I've been doing this for 23, about to be 24 years now. What's your excuse, sir? What's your excuse? Uncle Phil loves you too. Even though you're a turd, Uncle Phil still loves you. You know what I'm saying? Tommy. Peace and love, peace and love. Y'all, I had to put Big Belly Veil in timeout. He was just being extra. Johnny says, bro, talking about taxes. He don't even work. Johnny, baby. Why aren't you at work? Oh, I forgot. You don't have no job, Johnny? You don't have no job, Johnny. Johnny, I hope you're not here illegally, my friend. Yeah, I'm petty as fuck. Johnny, I hope you're not here illegally. Northeast Philly here. Shout out to Christopher Carroll. Peace and love, bro. It was like, why are you crying? Leave America then. It was like Christopher Carroll says, can you tell this guy beard smell horrible? I was just like, I don't know if beards smell horrible. I was like, I keep mine shampooed and conditioned too much now. Sorry. It was like, I'm actually at work, stupid bald head. Well, if you at work, you sure enough ain't doing no work. There's a difference between being at work and actually doing work. You ain't doing no work. It was like free labor, there you go. Telling on yourself. And this is something else that I love reading, is when Johnny Herrera stated, why are you crying? Leave America then. Let me tell you something. Why should I, as an indigenous American, leave the land that technically belongs to me by birthright? Johnny! Here's Johnny. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny, what land do you own? What land is yours by birthright? See, we can get into that conversation, but that's too much of a deep conversation that you'll drown. You're not ready for that, Johnny. So while you're at work, actually get off my live and go and do some actual work. Do some actual work, my friend. It was like, I'm a manager at my dad's nursery. Wow. I know your dad's so happy that you're actually on here debating little old me instead of doing some daggone work that he actually paying you to do. Manager. Yeah, okay. Why don't you manage yourself and do some work, sir? Obviously, you're not managing yourself. Johnny needs to go back home. I was just like, look, I don't know where Johnny came from, but Johnny, I'm glad you're here, baby. Baby boy, I'm glad you're here. See, that's a difference between me and you. I don't know if you're from Mexico, I don't know if you're from Mexico or South America. I'm not even gonna sit up there and throw assumptions out at you like that. Because the first three letters of assumption is ass. And you're here making an ass out of yourself because you don't agree with me. At the end of the day, ask me, do I give a fuck? I'm not here looking for your validation, sir, respectfully. What did he say? So he's a field worker? He said a nursery, so maybe he's working in the field after all. That's what the great said. I'm just following behind what the great said. So he a field worker. Boy. Ooh, boy, my phone is overheating right now. The great, you done came in and started some stuff. Oh. Jay says, so delicious and simple and healthy and sweet and delicious for you. You are amazing as hell. Okay, Jay, you got me lost in the spell right there. I don't know how to take that message, but hey, peace and love to you as well. Johnny says, then why you here if you're not asking for validation? I was like, it's a thing called freedom of speech. Do you know what that means? Oh, I can tell you can't be from here. You can't be from here because you obviously are not exercising your constitutional rights, the freedom of speech. I'm exercising my rights to constitutional freedom of speech. I have that right. I have that inalienable right. I don't need rights granted to me by man. Huh? Just like you need permission from your daddy to be on this YouTube live instead of actually doing some work. Did your daddy give you permission, Johnny, to be on here and cackling with little old Uncle Phil? Because Uncle Phil still loves you at the end of the day. I don't care if you're from Cucamonga. I don't care if you're from a hole in the ground. Uncle Phil still loves you, baby. That shit ain't gonna change. But it's not going to change my message. It's okay. It's okay, Johnny. Johnny, you need a hug. Bring it in, Johnny. Bring it in, baby boy. Bring it in. Give me a hug. It's okay. You want a hug? Huh? You need that hug. It's okay. Because everyone isn't going to agree with your point of view. Everyone's not going to agree with mine. It's okay. It's okay. It ain't no big deal. So Jay says, joke, lost in the first place. Oh. Okay. The Gray says, I know a lot of Johnnies or Jose's. Sir Jiggy with it says, where are you in the rap group? X-Clan? Okay. Johnny says, if I was working at a field, I wouldn't be on my phone. I was like, Johnny, that's the problem. You're not doing any work. The Great, I appreciate you, bro. Peace and love, peace and love. Is that, were you ever in the rap group X-Clan? Nah. I was like, honestly, bro, I'm just a nerd from a country from a country spot in Augusta. That's it. I'm Red Clay, Georgia boy. Always have been. It just, it got to the point where I had to step outside of my comfort zone and see the world for what it really is. I'm like, you exercise your rights with police, not us. I was just like, if I feel the need to exercise my rights with even you, Johnny, I will. Go play with your daddy. Matter of fact, go play with something safe. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, bro. I'm not safe. I'm not a safe individual. Don't play with me. Don't play with my level of intelligence. You saying you exercise your rights against the police. I exercise my rights against any and everybody. So if you happen to get out of pocket, I'm going to exercise my rights with you as well. You better go on back out there and tend to your nursery and your plants, sir. Don't. Everybody, well, that's something else I know is everyone loves, you got people that will do a whole lot of keyboard gangster tough talk, but in reality, they not about that life. They not. They're not. But again, this whole ICE, ICE, look, if you're here lawfully, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You don't. People don't like ICE. And this is the thing. If you don't like ICE and, Antifa is going out here attacking ICE agents, but then when the FBI show up, how come FBI isn't getting attacked? I'm just saying, how come FBI doesn't come under the same scrutiny and attack that ICE agents are getting? I always wondered about that. And the history of the FBI and what the FBI has done to activists, people who were speaking peacefully and revolutionaries, it's just like they got knocked off. And then the FBI, they happened to post up their dirt on their website. The only difference is they blot it out. They blot out certain things. So what other reason do you believe that they will blot out certain information? Because they don't want the truth getting out to the people. See, if the ugly truth happens to reveal its face, a lot of people will turn up, they're like, what? What's this? But that's the thing. Nobody is directly attacking FBI agents. Interesting. But yet, people who entered the country illegally for whatever reason, now I said it before and I'm saying it again, and even for you, Johnny, if you enter this country illegally or you outstay your visa, there are rules that you must abide by. Just like when you're working at your father's nursery, there are rules, there are guidelines that you must abide by. If you go against those rules, as a matter of fact, Johnny, I got one for you. Don't follow your father's instructions on that job. You do exactly what you want to do. You got big balls and everything, right? Okay. You got big balls and big talk. Do exactly what you want to do on your father's job. See how long he gonna keep you. See how long he gonna keep you. Of course, he's going to scold you. He's going to tell you, no, you ain't doing what you want to do in my business. This is my business under my name. This is my reputation. I'm not going to allow you to destroy that. Hey, the great, you never know, bro. You never know. It's a small world, for real, for real. FBI more established, bro. ICE is new. I was like, how long has ICE been around? ICE been around for like over 20 some years. Now, no, it hasn't been out as long as the FBI, but this is my point, Aaron. Even though they are more established, historically, they have violated individuals' constitutional rights in this country to freedom of speech, to freedom of protest, peaceful protest at that, because there has historically been revolutionaries and activists who were peacefully protesting. In some way, somehow, FBI is like spying on them, watching their every movement, playing intricate parts in those individuals' assassinations. And the real question is, how come there has yet to be any form of accountability being brought against the FBI? And honestly, I personally feel that the reason why a lot of things have gotten passed and just been swept under the rug with the FBI is because either many of them work within the government or they know someone that probably picked up the phone and said ABC XYZ. That type of thing happens. It's possible. So, I keep things like that in mind too. I'm just like, I don't respect the FBI. A lot of their actions and behaviors come into question. Yep, it's like they redact shit all day. Yeah. I mean, you go to their website and you can pull up archives of things that the FBI organization has taken part in. Presidents, other political figureheads, those who are outside of the political realm. I mean, shoot. I still haven't gotten past Kendrick Johnson. And if you remember Kendrick Johnson, he was beaten up in high school, rolled into a gym mat, and then turned upside down in the gym mat. And they said that he did all that to himself. He beat himself, then he rolled himself into a mat, took his shoes off, threw his shoes at where his feet was, and then stood the gym mat upright to where he was upside down. And it was funny because it involved two teenage boys whose father happened to be an FBI agent. And you see what happened with that case, right? Nobody was held liable. You just, you got a family that's still seeking justice behind what has happened to their child. And I wouldn't wish nothing like that to happen to anyone's child. I don't care if you're black, white, purple, green, Asian, Mexican, Neanderthal, or indigenous. It should never happen to anyone's child. But the way it was just swept under the rug, and then it was just like nobody was held liable, no one was held responsible, made me question a lot of things, especially about the FBI. So I say, what is this? Don't forget, they see in the eye. Yeah, because I know they watching this too. Yeah. Like as a computer programmer, or should I say I used to do that. As a computer programmer, it really exposes you to things that you can actually do when it comes to programming, computers, the internet itself. You can actually find out who's watching your content. And when I was able to find and track a lot of people's information to different states and different countries, I was like, boy, it was scary when I actually tracked some information back to an individual that had been subscribed to my channel, and I had to block him. But he was a federal agent. He was an FBI agent, because I ended up finding his profile on LinkedIn. I was like, oh, so y'all watching me, huh? I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just exercising my constitutional right to freedom of speech about things that I noticed and I don't like. So when I noticed that it was an FBI agent, an employee, had subscribed to my channel and was listening and was watching my content, I was like, I see you. And I had to hurry up and get rid of him too. Trick no good. Go play with somebody else. Don't play with me. Essay says, am I seeing, oh, you're looking at this? Look here. When it comes to Palestinian people, I'm in full support of Palestinian people. The Palestinians, they should not be attacked by nobody. Leave the Palestinian people alone. Leave them to their land, because that's what Israel wants. I don't trust Israel either. Israel, Zionist Jews, because there's a difference there. You got to be able to decipher that. So, as they says, just joining from Australia, so don't know what the convo is about. Oh, well, SA, the conversation was just briefly discussing how so many people are against ICE and the purpose of ICE and what it's there to do. And that's to protect the borders, to see to it that those who have overstayed their visas, who have entered the country illegally, are safely returned to their home country. That's all. And a lot of people, some people agree, some people disagree. Some people I had to block their comments because they was just so in their feelings. Anyway, yeah, that's what it was mainly about. It says Sir Jiggy with it says, see, I ain't kidding. Johan Jacob 15-16. Oh, Johnny, your message is getting retracted. You okay? Oh, okay. So here's Johnny says, this guy tweaking. Now he thanks law enforcement after him. Yep, this man smoked out. No, I ain't smoked out yet, sir. Thank you. I mean, shoot. I was like, look here, Johnny, because I know you're not too far intelligent. You got some form of intelligence because you're typing and talking with me. But here's the thing. When you start addressing issues about an organization and that organization's actions and behaviors have directly affected you, yeah, you got a lot to say. You're going to have a lot to say, as you should have a lot to say. Heck, I'm pretty sure, hey, if by some chance, if you were down in Mexico and, hey, the cartel was kicking your behind, but the police wasn't doing anything about it, what would you do? Would you fold? Or would you stand up for yourself? Would you talk about those individuals or those organizations who have a job to do that they're not doing? See, that's the thing. When you start speaking against these entities, when they're violating your constitutional rights, see, when you start talking stupid, they're not gonna watch you. They're not gonna pay any attention to you because they're like, oh, we don't have to worry about them. They're not a threat. So by some chance, if we happen to, I don't know, we decide that we want to move in on you, we can move in on you. We don't have to worry about no pushback because you ain't gonna know what's happening. You're not mentally or physically gonna be prepared for it. So we'll be able to move in on you and do as we want. And if that means violating your rights, then that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to violate your rights. And see, it's too many people here in America that will allow their rights to be violated. Everybody isn't like you, Johnny. Everyone doesn't want to just bend over and just take whatever is being dished out to them. I was like, why do you think constitutional rights exist? If you don't use them, you lose them. SA says, subscribe, because I just had to know your truth, my guy. I was like, I appreciate you. Peace and love. Canada needs that too. Woo! Say it again, Shambles. Shambles said Canada needs that too. Yeah, but hey, those of us who speak, we're called crazy. We don't know what we're talking about. And I'm just like, okay, all right. I was like, I hate to be that individual to say, I told you so, when you see the same shit pop up 10 years later, when someone else with a larger platform is saying the same things that I'm saying. And then everyone's like, I heard that before. I'm like, oh my gosh. But hey, what can you say? So Jiggy with it says, eating banana bread, Pop-Tarts after I just smoked 2 joints. God is good. I was like, man, Sir Jiggy, all the time. All the time. All the time, God is good. All the time, God is good. What's not good, what's not always good, are people. People. Like, think about this, and I'm gonna wrap this up because I had to get over here to the airport. Think about this. If the world existed, if the world only had people that were positive, that were transparent, that were honorable, respectful, and truthful, do you think we would be in the positions that we're in? Like, do you think America would be how it is now? Do you believe other foreign countries would be how they are? Like, do you think or believe that there would be so many rules and obligations placed upon people if everyone that existed on this planet operated from a place of love, transparency, honor, respect for one another? A lot of rules wouldn't even be implemented. A lot of countries would not have boundaries. They wouldn't have boundaries where they'll say, oh, well, you can't come over here. No, everyone's borders would be open, because every country you would go to, it would be considered a safe haven, because people will operate from a place of love and not from a place of hatred and greed and control. See, that's America's problem, and a few other countries. It just operates from a place of greed, dishonor. It's no genuine love like that. But if it happened to exist one day, this planet would be so pleasant that no matter where you go, there's always love coming from someone. The Gray says, can I send you my email so we can link and make moves? Sure. Absolutely. I'm not against that, not at all. I said, Mike, peace and love. Mike said, talk to him, brother. I was like, that's all I'm doing. I was like, I've learned that people are not going to like the truth. Sometimes the truth makes you feel uncomfortable. Sometimes truth will hurt. But I'd rather give me truth. Don't lie to me. I don't want to be lied at all. I grew up in a society, in a school system where the school system lied lied to me and lied to a lot of Americans for so long. And then when you start speaking the truth, then they want to censor what you have to say. There's a lot of shit that I had from a previous YouTube channel that I had to let go because I was saying things that made sense, that forced a lot of people to rethink their position and rethink what they've been taught. That doggone channel got shut down as quick as I got it started up. SA says, okay, I get you. I mean, it's quite nuisance in America, I know, understandably, because of how many people are in America in interesting ways. Yes, sir. Mike says, yes, you are right. As a black man, preach. I do my best. Mike says, talk the truth. SA says, laughing my ass off. What would you do? What would you do is the right question. Wait a minute. Let me be cautious, because one of my videos got snatched down because I said something when a question was asked and I answered that. And it's very similar to your question. I say, what would you do is the right question for real. Let me get back to you on that. Because YouTube is so sensitive. I already got a strike from YouTube. Ha! Woo, boy, I got a strike from YouTube because of information that I was sharing with my subscribers. A rude awakening, but yeah. Mike says, yep, they not. It's like, how did conformists become popular in our country? Ooh. Frack it. That's a good question. How did conformists become popular in our country? You know what? Frack it. Thank you. That's an interesting point. That's an interesting question. Now I want to know. Thank you, Frack it. I'm gonna write that down. I'm dying to know. I am dying to know as well. I am dying to know. How did conformists become popular in our country? Yeah, most definitely gonna do a video clip off that. Thank you, Frack it. Sir Jiggy Wiz says, just finished a Twix ice cream bar. I'm higher than 2 utility bills. Get it, sir. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. The SBA are the only people in the world that fights back. Good point. As it says, Sir Jiggy, yum. I want ice cream now. Well, listen to y'all. Y'all talking about food. I'm about to go ahead and let me get on up out of here. Y'all start talking about food and it's almost noon. Johnny Herrera, just stick to the program and you'll be fine. Okay, Johnny, I'm over you talking right now. There's nothing helpful and meaningful that you have to add. I said, take the phone off. No, I'm taking the phone off. It's me. When did it come popular to conform? Let me say this on that question. When did it become popular to conform, right? It became popular to conform when many Americans trusted government officials. They trusted what was being taught in public and private schools, because that's really where it starts. It starts at a point of indoctrination. So, of course, they invest a lot of time and energy into conforming individuals into that mindset. You know, a lot of people, and I'm guilty of it. I believed a lot of things that I was taught in school, but then there were certain things that just kind of made me question the teachings. So a lot of, I believe that conform became popular when it was being celebrated, when it was being exalted. For those who who desire to conform, a lot of times they were rewarded, they were glamorized. So it was like, if they conformed and they were exalted and they were rewarded, many people in the world, in the country, they wanted that same thing. They wanted to reap the benefits. Like, shoot, hey, if someone's willing to pay you $200,000 to conform, and you've never seen not even 10 grand in your possession at one time, a lot of people, they conform, they fold. They forget that, hey, you have constitutional rights, you have liberties, you have inalienable rights if you are operating outside of the United States corporation, which I know some folks will say, oh, you must be sovereign citizen talk. That's an oxymoron. But yeah, that's my stance. As they said, sometimes delusion works well for people though. I swear everyone is not the same. No, everyone isn't the same. Mike say, I just subscribed. Peace and love. I appreciate you, Mike. As it says, Frack, it's always been popular to conform. Frank says, why? That doesn't feel true American. No, it's not. It's not. A lot of psychology behind it, honestly, but it's more comfortable to just be in agreement than use critical thinking skills. Woo, essay, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that, because that was something else that was shared with me at a younger age, and I gotta get out of here. My baby's over there, they all sleep and stuff, but that was one thing that I was an elder told me this. He was like, in order to get along, you got to go along. It was like, the first time you start to disagreeing with something, then everybody's looking at you side-eye. When you don't necessarily agree with going to another country and terrorizing a group of people who haven't done anything to you, then everyone starts looking at you side-eye. Like, why is it you don't want to go along? What's wrong with you? Now everybody's looking at you and they're like, yeah, we got to watch this one. He might turn. And if he turns, we got to do something about it. Fear. That's what it is. Some people have fear that they have so much fear that they end up becoming obedient to a system that doesn't even respect them, nor does the system respect their rights, their liberties. I was like, think about it. Think about it. As long, as long as, oh boy, I hope what I'm about to say don't get this live flagged, but I'm gonna say it. You got entities out here, government entities, that would infringe on your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. And if you don't check it, they're not going to tell you. They will continue to take advantage of you. They will continue to railroad you. Things that you are technically entitled to, they will not give it to you, but they will channel that in such a way. They will channel it. Basically, they'll run it in their pockets. They won't give it to you. They won't tell you what is owed to you. They will take money off of your estate and lie to your face. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I was like, you're right, bro. I say, obviously, in a dream world, people would be loving God willingly. It's just not in the case of the U.S. Mike says it has to be this way for God-fearing true souls from the false and the biblical structure in the name of Jesus. Last Level Boss says, werewolf nails. I know, I gotta get these. You know what? Thank you for pointing that out. I gotta cut them boys anyway. I got my Manscaped grooming clippers, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these jokers in my pocket. So no, hey, if you saw my doggone Wolverine claws, and yeah, that's a problem. I gotta fix that. Thank you, Last Level. Always teaching my kids not to be followers, and now it's the social norm. Oh, yeah, continue teaching them. You are a great father, Frackett. Stay on your kids. Don't allow social media to consume them mentally so much that you can't pour into them, you can't teach them anything, because social media is really being the teacher to a lot of these kids. I was like, logical stoner, truth may hurt, but it's better than a lie. Always better than a lie. Jiggy with it says, sheeple. Stizzle the Gray says, you speak the truth, they call you crazy. Yeah. And I've gotten to the point where I can just accept that now. I was like, hey, if I'm crazy, okay. Sure. Frackett says, sheeple calling themselves patriots. I feel being a patriot is opposite of being a conformist. Ooh. I agree, sir. I agree wholeheartedly. I was like, L. Woken. Love your words. Love your words, yo. I subscribe to you. I just feel like I need positive energy. I hope today is a beautiful one for everyone today. Yes, L. Woken. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And also, shout out to Johnny Herrera, wherever you are. We might not agree, but as I always state in most of my videos, Uncle Phil loves you. That shit doesn't change, because at the end of the day, we're not going anywhere. I'm not leaving my home country unless I'm going out to visit. I'm not leaving here. This is my land. This is my home. And if you're willing to allow someone to push you off your homeland and you don't fight for it, that's a problem. That is a problem. As it says, Frackett, social norms aren't correct. They just make it easier to navigate the world. But just teach your kids to have integrity and they will be good in life. Trust me. I was like, Johnny says, enforcement should focus on you because you're speaking bad about them. Most people that talk bad about law enforcement are usually threats, especially black people when they're violent. I was like, well, Johnny, I'm let me correct you, sir. I'm not black. I'm not black, so that doesn't correlate. That doesn't correlate to me. And just because you speak on the negative actions of law enforcement, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Because law enforcement, you don't work for law enforcement. Law enforcement technically is supposed to work for the people of the public, which includes you. So if you don't know how to remind them of their sworn oath that they took to the Constitution to uphold and protect it, then of course, yeah, they're gonna shit down your neck too. Yeah. I don't have that problem. I used to when I didn't know any better, but yeah. Jigwit says, some crazy folks really are crazy. It don't matter if they say bananas yellow. Rogue state of mind, lack of real self-awareness, self-control, self-respect, and self-discipline leaves many, if not most, unable to correct or guidance. Wow, I like that. Greatly appreciate that message. I've seen a video on Portland where Antifa yelling at ICE and people calling themselves patriots yelling anti-fascist. Frack it, I just played a video about that. Where two individuals boxed an ICE agent's vehicle in, and one of the occupants had an assault rifle in her possession. But yeah, they saying Antifa is not a terrorist organization. Yeah, it is. I'm like, shoot, you can't have a peaceful protest without throwing stuff and being violent? Yeah, your problem. They say, God bless you. Don't want your channel to get flagged or anything. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't either. So you can tell the truth and still be you and still be no good. Yeah, good people lie too. Good people lie? What are they lying about? That's the question. Sometimes bad people are loyal. What are they loyal to? That's the real question. Johnny, he came back. Music and social media. Yep, that does play a contributing factor. If you need a kidney, will you accept it from a cheater? I'll be like, a kidney is a kidney, Jiggy. I was like, I've never seen a cheater's kidney before. That's new. To me, a patriot is fighting to keep your liberties. Yes! Yes, sir! Exactly. That's a patriot. Fighting to keep your liberties. There's a lot of folks out here, they're not fighting to keep their liberties. And folks up here talking about a democracy. You don't know what the hell y'all asking for when y'all say democracy. I don't never want no democracy for this country. No. They started rewarding mediocrity. True. Rogue State of Mind says, research the origins of public school education, social engineering at its finest. I'm already there with you, Rogue. I'm already there with you. That's why I'm not saying too much, because I don't want to get this boy flagged before a lot of people get a chance to really fully listen to it. Looking at you side-eyed like a antichrist. Yep, exactly. The best of the best. How are you doing? I'm doing wonderful, magnificent. How about yourself? As they says, I'm so thankful for my parents and my education, for the brain I have. It's scary what people are blinded. People are blind followers, I swear. It's like my great-grandfather fought World War II. Salute to them. Michelle Hitchcock says, but there's never been any evidence of any God or afterlife. Hey, I don't know anyone who has went to the afterlife and came back to tell the story, so that's new. I don't believe Jesus was a conformist. Nope, it wasn't. Boy, I love the interaction with with the people in the comment section. Law enforcement should mentally evaluate this man. Johnny, you still here talking that yak yak? I was like, shoot, how is it that you would say law enforcement should mentally evaluate this man when my actions alone and what I'm saying do not infringe on anyone else's life, liberty, or pursuit of happiness at all? See, there's a difference here. With law enforcement, you got law enforcement officers on every level, whether it's FBI or down to local county officers. These law enforcement officers, a lot of them have willfully violated individuals' constitutional rights. And by a lot of people not knowing how to stand on their constitutional rights, they just, okay, whatever. So they give their power to law enforcement instead of the people taking their power back. Because technically, law enforcement, at one point, they evolved from overseers that were running after, free slaves. Not all of them were Africans either. A lot of them were indigenous people. People who are already here on this land. Tis the reason why there's close to 1,000 different tribes historically that have existed in this country. You don't have to argue with me. Just go ahead and do the research. You'll find it. That's something public school didn't teach me. That's something private school didn't teach me. I didn't learn about that until I got in my 40s. So good luck on that, Johnny. I'd rather be hurt with the truth than become comforted with a lie. Jiggy would say, I'm back from the rapture. Oh my goodness, stop that. Oh, Michelle Hitchcock says this crazy person thinks he's not black. See what I mean? I told y'all. I told you I knew someone was going to be like, this crazy person say he's not black. I'm not. It's not about who you identify me as. It's who I identify myself as. That's the thing. See, let me run something by you, Michelle, respectfully now, no disrespect, respectfully. When it comes to, okay, let me use your terms, black, you got to take into an account black, Negro, colored people, nigga. These were identifying terms that Neanderthals used, the colonizers used, to identify people of my complexion. But yet, if you go to any other country outside of America and you see someone that has the same complexion as I do, or they're darker, and you call them black, they will look at you like you're crazy. And they will correct you and say, I'm not that. Those are American terms. Everybody doesn't respond to that. When you know who you are, that term doesn't identify you. It's not an ethnicity. It's not. So, but, we all have to learn at our own different pace. Frackett says, I agree with law enforcement when they are enforcing actual law, and this man is an American, not a color. Thank you, Frackett. I was like, hey, Michelle Hitchcock says, you're not real. Okay. Kendrick Rudolph says, sounds like you lying, my brother. I was like, okay, that's what you feel. It says his hair is nappier than motel carpet. How is he not black? How am I not black? Let me ask you this. Call someone who is an indigenous man who has roots that stem from an indigenous tribe. Try calling someone who is Iroquois or Chickasaw or Cherokee. Call them black and watch what they say to you. Watch how quick they correct you and say that they're not black. Try it. Give it a try. Just give it a try. That's all I'm saying. Frackett said, I was born in the 70s. Yeah, I was born in the late 80s. Well, the late 70s. I was born in 78. So I was like, what meds you doing? I was just like, it's no meds. See, this is the thing. A lot of us, we still have a lot to learn. A lot of people still have a lot to learn. Because black isn't, it doesn't identify who you are. Think about it. What other country can you go to? Like, Jiggy, hear me out. What country can you go to that you see people who look just like you, who look just like me, have the same skin complexion as I do, who are melanated, and you call them black? Because there are some people over in Africa, you can't call them black because they'll look at you and be like, I was like, I'm not black. I'm Ethiopian. So, these terms that we have now adopted because we weren't taught better. We're still using the colonizers' identifying terms. So when you hear African American, but then you're like, I don't have any lineage to Africa whatsoever. I got lineage here. How is it they want to call you African American? Someone else is creating labels and putting those labels on you. Like, even with individuals that come from Europe, that color thing is a social construct. That's all. It's a social construct. Because you have Europeans coming over here, and a lot of Europeans, they don't identify as white. They identify as Irish. They identify as Italian. I was like, the whole color spectrum is just a social construct. That's all. I was like, Johnny Herrera, I was kidding, Unc, about everything. I was trying to get under your skin. You're right, this government corrupt. Now I got to get to work. Later, man. I subscribe to you, by the way. All right, Johnny. All right, Johnny. Have a great day, my brother. I was like, look, y'all, I know there's a lot of people that want to try and get up under my skin. Sometimes you can get up under my skin on certain topics because I'm very passionate. But since I've gotten up in age, I started realizing more and more, right, is that sometimes you have to laugh at other people because you have to protect your peace. And that's something that I always try to, aim for is protecting your peace. You got to be happy going out here in these streets. In today's society, you got to protect your peace. And not only that, you got to keep your head on swivel. I was like, Michelle Hitchcock said, we're a democracy because we elect our leaders. I was like, and you really? Do you really elect your leaders, or are they chosen? Have they already been pre-chosen? A lot of them have already been pre-chosen. They just put them up there on a platform in front of you and say, pick one. It was like, you're out here getting destroyed out here. I was like, okay, Michelle, love you too. Rogue State of Mind says, how can we link? Let's see. If you have like questions you want to link, you can feel free to email me. Let me know your name, your YouTube handle. But if you have like questions you want to add, you want to discuss certain things, hit me up on the email 706 C as in cat, X as in X-ray, X as in X-ray at gmail.com. We can go from there. Imagine thinking you're religiously devout and not knowing the difference between fact and faith. The Grace says, shut up, Michelle, you sound dumb. Stizzle, be nice, man. Be nice. It's okay. Yeah, I know Johnny loves me. Ain't nothing but love here. He said, God is not religious. Why would he be? I was like, sure. Stant, I've been doing nothing but dropping facts. I can't help if you're propagated. Johnny and Michelle are married. They both, the great be good, not being a smart ass. Faith and fact are not mutually exclusive. I think you know that. Though. You can tell, Johnny. Yeah, it happens, y'all. But hey, let me go on ahead, cause I was so far behind. Can you say 6'7" and shake your hand, please? Can you say 6'7" and shake your hand, please? I was like, I don't know about that, but what's going on here, Jiggy? Oh boy, we're gonna have to get on this discussion later. Jiggy says, I'm trying to identify that hairline. No, you can't identify no hairline, Jiggy. There's no hairline here, my boy. I'm bald, baby. Proud and bald. You know what I'm saying? Proud and bald. I do my work. I do my work because I'm an artist. I'm like, that's all. I'm a barber. I've been doing it for like 23 years. I love what I do. A lot of people, they look at me crazy because this is how I rock. This is how I do my hair. But, I don't care. I do it because I like it. And a lot of people, it turns heads. Supposed to be looking crazy. It's okay. It was like, shoot, it's nothing there. Ain't nothing but ball. You see, it ain't nothing but ball. Even though I got to shave again. Yeah, I got to shave again because my hair is starting to grow in. But yeah. Yep. So I'm SA, enjoy your time at the gym. Don't work, don't overdo it. Frack it, I appreciate it. You know, I do what I can with what I got. I was like, yeah, Jiggy, you know what? I haven't gotten to that point of drawing a map, but when I do, I'll make sure you are the first that I notify. Yeah. But it's all good though. It's all good. Oh snap. This boy's up. He in there laid on his side, y'all. Y'all see these two? These two spoiled kids. And look at him. He all stretched out like, Daddy, leave me alone. Oh, so you gonna wake up now, huh? You gonna wake up, Mama? Don't worry. No, he's a pit, and she's a staffy. Yeah. No, he can't eat no more. You see how big he is now? He was a little pup, but he's pretty solid now. He is pretty solid. Ain't that right? Ain't Daddy baby solid? Yep. All right. Daddy gotta go. Y'all hold down the fort, okay? But yeah, y'all. Like I said, y'all, let me get myself on out the door. I'm supposed to be, ooh, boy, I know they folks probably wonder. It was like, he ain't coming. Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. But yeah, in the meantime, in between time, you all have a wonderful day. Remember, hey, in this case, the way these guys are, the way they be at each other's neck, yeah, they gotta be in they gotta be in the crate. I can't leave them out. I want to leave them out, but if I do, I'm gonna come back into a disaster. So I can't leave them out. But anyway, like I said before, you all have a wonderful, magnificent day, and remember, Uncle Phil loves you. Remember, Uncle Phil loves you, and that shit doesn't change. Y'all have a wonderful day. Hug somebody. You don't need a reason. Just give someone a hug. I guarantee you they'll appreciate that. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace and love. Do 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 do